Caliendo Shark Media.
Matt Rife is going to have a comedy cruise. Hello, I'm Johnny Mac, once again poolside with your daily comedy news. That's right, Matt Rife has announced, ready for this title, Sweet Rife on Deck. I see what you did there. A comedy cruise featuring some of Matt Rife's stand-up pals. It's a 4-night voyage setting sail from Miami. They'll stop off in Grand Turk February 10th through the 14th. What a better way to spend Valentine's Day than getting off a cruise ship probably at like 9 in the morning. Pretty good lineup. Matt Rife, of course, Craig Robinson, Nate Jackson, Eric Griffin, Finesse Mitchell, Ian Edwards, April Macy, David Lucas, and like 10 other names I didn't mention. There will also be live music from Blake Whitten and DJ sets from Cosmo Baker, DJ Rock, and of course, DJ Spider. On Instagram, Matt Rife said, "All right, guys, I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and it's finally coming to life." He promised great comedians, great musicians, great people, only cool people, only good vibes. He also promised infinite activities on the boat. All right, what are the infinite activities? I'm intrigued. This sounds amazing. There's a welcome roast toast, a swimsuit competition with prizes, a talent show with prizes, movie nights, an all-star comedians basketball game, and more. Boy, if you were ever like, boy, I'd love to watch a basketball game featuring, I don't know, Clayton Thomas and Craig Robinson. I mean, that sounds exciting, doesn't it? The first 500 cabins booked. 500, I said. John, did you say 500? Yeah, the first 500 cabins booked will include an onboard meet and greet and photo opportunity with Matt Rife. 100X Hospitality CEO Dan Berkowitz said, Sweet Rife on Deck is about creating an experience that goes far beyond a comedy show, giving fans the opportunity to spend 4 unforgettable days immersed in Matt's world. We're excited to partner with Matt and Cloud9 Adventures to bring people together through comedy, connection, and a truly unique vacation experience. Sure, why not? All right, we found out what this Ollie G stuff is. We're getting a movie. Why, John? I don't know either. But it's called Ollie G, Who Is I, is spelled with a Z because, of course, the Ollie G character is a moron. This will be in theaters October 23rd. It is Sacha Baron Cohen's feature directorial debut, and there is a trailer. Let's listen.
Booyakasha, my name be Ali G, representing the west side of Staines upon Thames, innit? I is back with my first movie in over 20 decades. It's coming out in the cinemas on the 10th day of the 23rd month, innit? The name of this film has been spray painted illegally on this wall by a genuine graffiti artist. It's only in the movie theaters later this year, so check it out. West Side.
In case you're a youngster and you weren't around 20 years ago, Ollie G was a British hip-hop character who interviewed the likes of Donald Trump before he was president and the UN Secretary General. The humor came from these people not realizing this whole thing was a put-on. Way back when on HBO, there was Da Ali G Show. It was spelled D-A, Ali G Show, because, of course, Ali G is a moron. Ali G also starred in the 2002 feature Ali G Into House, one word, Into House. Stupid spelling, of course. And all that happened before Borat, which made $262.5 million in 2006. Ali G Into House did not receive a domestic release here in the States, but made $23 million plus abroad, the most of it from the UK. Anyway, Ollie G, Who Is I, October 23rd. Can't wait. Ted Lasso, Season 4, August 5th on Apple TV. The new season finds Ted Lasso back in Richmond, coaching a second division women's football team. I'll go first. I have a bad feeling about this. I feel like we've all kind of moved on, and this is going to be diminishing returns. I hope I'm wrong. Some of the articles I've read suggest that they know that they kind of lost their mojo in Season 3. Now, part of that was the pandemic. Jason Sudeikis got a big fluff piece from The Hollywood Reporter. They tell us in early February 2024, Jason Sudeikis convened the writers of Ted Lasso in California. He was having second thoughts. He said, I don't know if we're done. There were some ideas for potential spin-offs, all right? One of them would have been an idea about Roy Kent. Brett Goldstein had been working on that one. He plays Roy Kent, so I could see where he'd be motivated. 2 different Ted Lasso staffers played around with the idea about a spinoff about character Keely Jones. That's a terrible idea. Sudeikis said he was even toying with a Leslie Higgins cartoon and a Danny Rojas telenovela. Both terrible ideas. Brendan Hunt, who plays Coach Beard, said, we were just kind of kicking the tires on it, or we were saying at the time, checking the viability of the soil. The folks involved liked the idea of a women's soccer team as Coach Lasso's new thing to do. Brett Goldstein said, "It all seems easy now, but it was hard because it's not a spin-off. You're like, it's not Frasier. Cheer still exists. It's more like you're adding a room to the bar." Goldstein says, "I think it has some of that season 1 magic." The creatives point out doing another season with the old team didn't make sense creatively, and Jason Sudeikis had to make some phone calls to those actors. He described those calls as very difficult, but he called them all directly because I didn't want them to hear it on the internet because I love those guys, and we all went through something together. Ted Lasso, Season 4, August 5th. You'll watch. The 2026 Indie Street Festival in Red Bank, New Jersey has revealed its full lineup. It includes the New Jersey premiere of Marc Maron's In Memoriam, starring Marc Maron. The 11th annual Indie Street Film Festival, August 17th through the 23rd. The Daily Show is going vertical. They announced that they are producing their first Microdrama, a serialized political soap opera made for the short, vertically shot format that is now the trendy thing with the kids today. Comedy Central humble brags the project is not only The Daily Show's first microdrama, but the first produced by any late-night franchise, not the flex you think it is. The story centers on Alanka, that's Alanka, I said, who is the beautiful daughter of an aging president. The aging president would prefer to spend more of his time in the Oval Office sleeping. The aging president hangs around with 2 technology moguls. One is called Egon Husk, and the other Jif Davos. But the official description tells us, but in their lust for power and Alanka, that leads to dangerously hot complications. Cast members, release date, episode count, distribution platform, all have yet to be announced. So in other words, you just announced something because it was your 30th anniversary. The folks at the Minneapolis Star-Tribune went to see Katt Williams in concert. Katt joked that he had almost canceled the appearance because he was dealing with constant constipation, the side effect of a diet of too many greens. He did a bit where he slid across the floor and then perched on a stool and said, "Everything I want to do, anything physical, that salad gives me a talking to." He talked about the roast of Kevin Hart and said that he only appeared because Netflix agreed to his demands for $1 million. I assume he's kidding there. Katt Williams said, "They sent it to my account while we were on the phone." The Star Tribune tells us Katt spent a lot of time in the set talking about the good things of life, most notably his investment in a $30,000 toilet. He then recycled some material about people coming out of Sean Combs' parties in the Hollywood Hills. Katt said, "I need to get these jokes off while I can." Katt's set was only 45 minutes, but there were 5 openers. Interesting. David Cross was in Lexington doing some workouts. There was a standing room audience of only a few hundred people. We were told David Cross riffed on everything from climbing Machu Picchu to doing a character bit involving an inappropriate rabbi and a patriotic anthem he sings using the words of one of the president's uniquely worded speeches. So this cracked me up. I was prepping the show and I saw that Frank Caliendo was going to be doing an appearance. And I went through the story. KCAU ABC 9 has the story. I find the whole thing funny, so pay attention here. This is an actual news report. And you can tell that the anchor doesn't really know who Frank Caliendo is. And then towards the end, I find it funny that the Chamber of Commerce is really excited about a guy doing a John Madden impression. John Madden passed away in 2021. I'm not sure the kids today even know a thing about John Madden other than, of course, there's a video game called Madden. John Madden's last broadcast was the Super Bowl, February 1st, 2009. All right, so that's 17 years ago. So I'm not sure people even know who John Madden is anymore. I know, I just made you feel old. I get it, believe me. Anyway, KCAU has the story, and I just find this funny.
For the 40th annual Siouxland Chamber Dinner, organizers are taking a different direction with this year's headliner. Comedian, actor, and impressionist Frank Caliendo is set to headline. He has over 20 years of experience entertaining audiences on various platforms, including TV shows, radio, and live performances, of course. It marks the first time that the Chamber has decided to bring in a comedian for the event, and officials say that they're excited about the big change.
What I think Frank Caliendo brings is something for everybody. In this video we just introduced, he does a John Madden impersonation, a Joe Biden impersonation, a Trump impersonation, Morgan Freeman. So whether you're a sports fan and you like John Madden or you like going to the movies, Frank Caliendo's got something for you. And we're really excited for what he's going to bring to Siouxland.
The Flyover Comedy Festival is returning for its 9th year. It'll take over the Delmar Loop. Headliners include David Cross, Roy Wood Jr., the Sklar Brothers, Dulce Sloan, Yakov Smirnoff, and nearly 150 other performers, including Cameron Esposito, Catherine Blanford. You're paying attention to Catherine Blanford, or you're not. Daniel Van Kirk, and a bunch of others. 4-day badges are currently available for purchase. Those include the Loop badge for $76.19. Interesting pricing point. I bet there's some state tax on there that gets that to a nice round number, would be my guess. I put on some events in the past with odd pricing like that. That way, it's probably just comes out to like $80. I'm not going to look, but that would be my guess. Anyway, the Loop badge offers first-come, first-served access to all club shows at Del Mar Loop venues and the Improv Shop. You can also get the Loop Plus badge for $150.28, which includes all that, plus access to one theater show. And the Everything badge, just $213.78, which includes access to everything. You can go to flyovercomedyfest.com if you want to pick up one of those $213.78 badges. And now I'm curious about the tax. Let's do it. Okay, I've gone through several websites. I'm going to buy one Everything badge. Okay, now I'm totally confused because it says Everything badge, $213.78 includes $18.78 in fees. But my order summary says one Everything badge, $195. Fees, $18.78. Oh, and then there's taxes, $22.06 in taxes. Really? That's a lot of tax. So my total for the Everything badge is just $235.84 U.S. currency. Flyover Comedy Festival. Hey, remember the other day we were also poolside and Scott the neighbor was out and I yelled over to Scott and was telling you about Leslie Jones? Well, I didn't get to the entire Leslie Jones story. She had shared her favorite shows on HGTV. One of them is Help, I Wrecked My House, which stars Jasmine. Leslie loves Jasmine on and off screen. She says, Jasmine's the bomb. Leslie also loves Fix My Frankenhouse. What is going on this channel? Apparently, Fix My Frankenhouse stars Boston-based power couple Mike and Denise. Really? They tackle homes that have become an awkward patchwork of additions over the years. I had one of those in my old neighborhood. And, of course, you can watch Leslie Jones Roast My Rental Friday nights at 10 o'clock, which is also available to stream on HBO Max as HBO Max continues to completely water down their brand. And that is your comedy news for today, Poolside. See you tomorrow.